Homecoming, 1945, by Dennis Nelson. My father wrote a letter to Clifton, his brother, and his wife Jeannie on the 2nd of October. They must have returned it because my mom had the original in a file, kept it in a safe place for all this while. I'm so excited about coming back home to my sweet wife and my darling son as we get to restart our life. On August 25th, my 27th birthday, I took a train from Frankfurt, Germany to Camp Lucky Strike in France that same day. 1 week later, I crossed the English Channel by boat to a Southampton staging area for my trip across the ocean on a very big boat. On September 14th, the Queen Elizabeth ship I then boarded, along with 15,000 other soldiers, and to New York Harbor we were headed. On September 19th, I arrived in the early evening to see the lights of the skyscrapers and the Statue of Liberty with Kate Smith singing. I then took a ferry to New Jersey and then a train to my camp for the next step of the journey. I felt like a champ. Then a long train ride to Sam Houston Fort in San Antonio, Texas. To the Separation Center I did report. There were too many troops there, so I received a furlough for 16 days to report to Camp Fanning, Texas on October 15th that day. So I headed home in Cheyenne, Wyoming by taking a train to see my wife and son for the first time. It was driving me insane. On September 27th, I arrived around 5 and caught a taxi to finish the drive. The taxi brakes did not work very well. The driver couldn't stop in front of the house at all. So I opened the door and stuck out my foot and dragged it on the road to get the taxi to stay put. It finally stopped 3 houses away, and I met Alice on the sidewalk in front of the second house on the way. Alice looks radiant, and I am so happy. Gone 18 months seems like a bad dream now. It's so wonderful to be happy. We are leaving for Victor, where Mark and Alice will stay until I get home from the discharge, October 20th, they say. The RMS Queen Elizabeth was a massive ocean liner, converted to a World War II troop ship. Nothing could be finer. Known for its capacity and speed, it played a vital role in the war, transporting 750,000 troops across the Atlantic. That was what it was used for. The ship's arrival in New York Harbor was a moment of relief and joy that symbolized the end of the war and returned to the families of their soldier boy. Kate Smith was known for singing patriotic songs, and she was singing on the pier that day, including God Bless America. Welcome home to the arriving soldiers is what she had to say.